Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of Stars Without
I
Number.
can speak.
Talk power granted.
And if you've been watching this for 9 episodes, you know exactly what's going on, which is that you know exactly nothing. So, with that in mind, I shall hand it over to Hippo.
Hello again. Last time the party found out what was in the box. It's pretext stuff that people fight over. Last left off, the chief engineer was allowed to make the box look like it was never opened before. Ship is currently heading towards the Artemis space station in the Aspian system, and as we left off, it was Dash. Actually, it was the entire party plus the lead engineer, all in the cargo bay. Since Velik is currently AFK at the moment, we will say Morius is still in a drunk stupor and is not particularly responsive. Sam, you get a notification from Dwayne up in the pilot's seat that you are making the approach to the space station now, and that docking procedures have begun. If you happen to be there, Sam. Yes, you are. Perfect.
I'm going to just respond with keep me posted on the docking procedures. Let me know if anything goes wrong. And I'm going to just inspect Makarios' work.
So he was able to put the plate that he cut out back in place with relative ease. The handiwork of his plasma pen cutting and remelding appears to be pretty, it's relatively smooth with the rest of itself. So as far as you can tell, if you're able to paint over it, it should be relatively unnoticeable, except for the dings and scratches in the side from when Timothy decided to hit it with his fists, feet, and monkey wrench.
Makarios,
Yeah.
do you think you can paint over that? Make it look nice?
We don't really keep paint on the ship, Captain. We're not interior decorators. I can see what I have for adhesives and whatnot, and might be able to cover something up if it makes a white enamel. I'll look around, but no promises.
Alright. I just figured you had something in your collection.
Maybe. I'll check it.
Maybe.
I'll try to figure something out port side.
Timothy and Dash, you're, watching Makarios put the plate back into position, get everything welded back together. Any reactions to this whatsoever?
Sorry, you go ahead first.
I was gonna say, I just hope it gets put back together like nobody ever touched it, because if somebody thinks we broke into that, we're in trouble.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're kind of in trouble even if no one thinks that we broke into that.
Granted, but rather not increase the trouble.
You guys start feeling the outside forces of various docking apparatuses making contact with the outside of the ship, guiding it into position, and allowing the ship to rely on the space station rather than its own rockets. Everybody stands around, staring. Makarios wheels the container back into the smuggler's hold, has everything closed up behind it. Last thing we need is some snoopers coming around. You know how some of these deals can go.
Right.
He wipes his forehead with a clearly oily, damp chamois cloth, making his forehead noticeably dirtier. But he doesn't seem to be phased. Definitely looks worried though. I'm gonna forego any leave and just I'll be in engineering. And he just kind of scampers off. His stocky Germanic frame banging up the stairs going to the main hallway and back to engineering.
Space Nazis.
Space Nazis. He's not goose stepping.
Don't mention the war.
So after some more loud banging outside, we'll just kind of fast forward a bit and say that docking is relatively quick and painless. But you are successfully docked to the outside. There is a clear panel display above the outside airlock of the cargo bay that lets you know if there is an atmosphere present on the other side, and if opening the airlock from inside is even a good idea. So it gives you the all clear that you are within a contained atmosphere on the outside, and the cargo bay door can be opened up.
Sweet, I want to go into the space station.
All right.
I don't care if any of you guys are joining me, but I need to get off this crate. If only for some hours.
Okay. Are you going to take the big ass cargo bay doors, or are you going to take the more personnel door?
I'll take the door that's open and nearest to me.
None of them have opened yet.
Oh. Well, then I'll wait for the personal door.
Okay. Dwayne comes over. He ventured from the pilot seat. Obviously, he's not needed anymore. Comes in. He's wearing... what was it? Only his underwear? Yeah. So he's just in his underwear and a Hawaiian shirt that's exposing his chest. He's scratching himself, yawning. Comes down to where everybody's standing. Why does it look like everybody has seen a ghost?
You don't want to know. As for the rest of you, don't tell them what you saw. Don't tell anybody what you saw.
Not bad, huh?
Oh yeah.
Man, these drugs are unbelievable. Oh, sorry, I wasn't meant to say that. Look, you didn't hear anything about any drugs, okay?
He just kind of gives you like this weird look.
Jesus, I think I'll remember these images for the rest of my life.
I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of things that I'm not going to want to remember for a while. He sees the bottle of, what was it? I gotta look at what I called it. He sees the bottle of Imitazian gin on the table. Oh, good God, you actually drank that?
Oh yes.
He picks it up, sniffs it. Different every time. Well, whoever drank it, good luck, and don't drink it again. This is hard to find.
Where did we even pick that up?
It wasn't a we thing. It was a gift from my family before I left.
Oh.
I don't know if it was a gift or a curse.
I was gonna say, do they hate you?
I think so. Anyways, I don't think I'll be going onto the space station, for I am incredibly tired and almost naked, and I intend to be quite naked when I get back to my quarters.
Alright, go get some rest. You earned it.
He walks off.
Alright guys, you know what the story is now.
But do they?
I love
They
the fact
really
that
know the story.
we're such shady cargo holders that we can get away with a drug-induced story, and it actually perfectly makes sense.
I would suppose so.
I'm going to take this time to... Wait, no. Did I hear Freeman's giggling?
Yeah, you have. He's been giggling the entire time.
I'm gonna go and let the good doctor out of the box.
You open up the box. You see this giggling man, just in his suit. I think he was still in his suit. Tie has been loosened a bit, and yeah, you open the box and you see him already staring at you, just giggling, and he can't move at all. You lift up his arm, and it's just a noodle.
I'm just gonna leave the box open.
Fair enough. You hear some kind of muffled banging on the other side of the cargo bay door. Think of like something hard tapping against the hull. And you know that based on the thickness of this hull, somebody's tapping quite hard, if they're tapping.
Is the illicit cargo in the smuggler's hold?
Yeah, everything's all sealed away.
Okay. I'm going to open the cargo bay door.
So you allow the airlock to open up. It takes about a minute for clearance to be recognized. You are given a camera feed of the outside, and you see what appear to be two armored personnel standing on the outside. They don't have weapons drawn or anything, but they are clearly sporting rifles on their back. And what looks to be something of like combat gear. Well, not combat, let's say armored security.
Right.
So airlock opens and the large cargo bay doors open. The two men are standing on the other side, as if they were expecting the door to be opened eventually. Well, welcome to Artemis. Don't leave your ship with any firearms, or we'll probably end up shooting you. And he just gives you like this matter-of-fact nod with a smile.
Don't worry.
Good to know.
I'm very much against guns, if I'm honest with you.
The second soldier, who hasn't said anything, just kind of like gives this like, okay, kind of face. The first soldier that was talking. Great. Enjoy your stay on Artemis. Please heed any official warnings to not enter the planet. You are welcome. Free reign all over the station. If you see any suspicious activity, please report it to us. The second soldier is like he's nodding kind of absent-mindedly to his partner's commands to you guys, and he's slowly scanning the inside of the cargo bay.
So, just a quick question.
Go for it.
There's always like laborer-style work to be done on a space station. Where might I go to find such activity? I could do with some credits. I gambled them all away.
Oh, okay. So gambling's illegal here. Sorry, but if you need money, I don't know. I can't help you. I suppose you could probably find somebody in cargo unloading, I guess, based on your size.
Yeah, I'm pretty good when it comes to moving cargo. I don't like to toot my own horn or anything.
You pick things up and put them down.
The second soldier, like, you guys don't have much cargo to move, do you?
Nope.
Where are you guys from? This is still the second soldier talking.
I'm from Dulabi.
Lobby, huh?
Yeah.
That's a weird nutter place, isn't it?
It is. That's why I'm not there anymore.
Call. Suppose it's better than here, though. First soldier just kind of like elbows him.
Wow. I highly doubt that.
First soldier again. Well, if you guys are looking to make some money, I don't know about odd jobs, but if those are crates of goods, we're always in need of various, anything, honestly. It's a space station. Have at it. There's a main trading area where you can find various terminals to go forward, and find buyers and stuff like that. But again, if you see any suspicious activity, let us know immediately. You got it?
Okay.
Got it.
Alright. They kind of walk away. The second soldier is still scanning the interior of your cargo bay with his eyes. You see something, you see him say to the first soldier, like, why do they have nothing? He doesn't seem suspicious, just a little surprised. And they walk out of this sort of what appears to be, think of the entryways that you guys take to get on airplanes. Some kind of extendable hallway. I don't want to say gangplank, but yeah. So extendable hallway that meets the hull of your ship and makes a seal to the base station.
It's a docking umbilical.
There we go. But it's big for cargo.
Yeah.
What had an umbilical and it was this big? You wouldn't believe.
Essentially.
I'm gonna go and see if I can find some work as a laborer. So, see you later, guys.
All right. Timothy takes off.
I'm gonna leave my mag pistol on the ship and go find the trading area.
Okay. How about you, Dash?
I'm gonna wait till ship clears out a bit. Let people transfer their cargo and whatnot. Just gonna wait.
Okay. So, a couple of the ship personnel take off. I'm not going to specify who exactly, but a couple people just here and there. Definitely not Macarios. He's staying on the ship. Dwayne is asleep as well. So let's say, your communication officers take off. The bosuns take off as well. They're looking for spare parts to fix that god-awful freezer of yours. Cantina. We'll say that's just about it for now. And yeah, as a result, ship's quiet. People are either sleeping or have left. Timothy, you find a general information desk, as customary on most space stations.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. How can I help you today?
I am looking for work.
Okay, what kind of work?
I am an expert in moving things around. I did it a lot in my previous role in the military, and you can probably tell that I'm pretty good at it.
He looks at your build. I see. Let me make a call to some of the space station bosuns, and we'll see if they need any temp workers.
That would be perfect.
He thumbs at a touchscreen in front of her, picks up a receiver, quietly talks into it, asking for some kind of chief you make out after some conversation later. All right, report to docking bay 7. I suppose they can use a little bit of extra labor. They'll pay you in credits. Kind of just gives you like this bit of a shrug. You can tell from the conversation that this isn't exactly like a normal thing.
I have a phone call. Sorry.
All right.
Thank you. I'll be on my way then.
Excellent. All right, you'll start making your way to docking bay 7. Sam, you walk along, you follow the signs to find the main trading area. When you get inside, it's a very large room. There are various terminals that are in 2 rows going down the entire length of the room. There are also a myriad of people hawking various wares here and there. Let's say this room is about the size of Grand Central, however big you think that might be. It's pretty big and rather cavernous. There are some catwalks and walkways going up the sides and across the middle as well. The traders here are anything from like some guy that looks like he might have come off of a Tech 1 World trying to sell you fancy looking plates that were handmade, to various professional Tech 4 craftsmen of any kind. There's also people that are they're holding up like little signs detailing their skills. They're either looking for passage on ships and offering themselves as a sort of indentured servitude for indentured service for hello Velik, welcome back. Passage, whether they're like a mechanic, engineer, whatever. You also have a couple people are prostituting as well. All sorts of flavors, no aliens though. And yeah, the terminals that line the rooms are clearly something that you would find if you're looking for people that are trading cargo. You can also find people that are trading cargo in person within this room. They just don't have the cargo on them.
Okay. I'm just going to approach one of the empty terminals.
Okay. Approach an empty terminal. So, since you obviously don't have any money, looking to buy, you can roll to look up stuff to buy if you want, or if you want to look up anything that's currently in demand right now.
I'm going to look up in demand.
Okay. Pull up an example so I can read it. Alright. Alright, roll me 3d6 plus so it'll be, hold on, you're looking, so sorry, roll a 3d6. What do you want to sell? You have medical supplies and fine jewels or whatever.
I think I'll just list everything I have, basically.
Okay, so we'll start with the jewels. Sure, I get all the modifiers down here because this Sons of Gold uses the non-revised system, which includes a expertise skill, which is not present in this game. So in place of that, I use a sum of various skills that you guys have. Alright, so it'll be 3, 6, minus 3 friction for the world, because this is not a safe haven of free enterprise. Friction represents, like, you know, essentially like the red tape associated with the transaction itself. Alright, so 6 minus 3. Look up your character sheet here. Expertise will be a summation of your make it simple. We'll go with your trade skill, because what I had in mind would give you a -3 as well, and that's not something I want to go with. So we'll add your trade skill.
So 3d6 minus 4.
Alright, so for the fine jewels, give me roll 3d6 minus 4.
Wow, that's bad.
Okay. For your medical supplies, give me 3d6 minus 2. Okay. Find the roll table. Alright, so for the fine jewels, you find an offer that is
This was done using what, trade skill?
Yeah, so it has to do with friction, which is essentially like a numerical representation of various red tape associating with the
items.
Yep, in general, or it more has to do with the setting.
So,
Actually,
what was your trade skill?
-1.
This is why you use a smuggler for this thing, but carry on.
all right, let me write.
You didn't come with me.
I was about to say you should have gone with him, you melon.
I was on the phone up until a second ago, and then I saw that and what was being said. I was like, uh-oh. I missed something.
So first of all, you don't have to take these offers, so don't feel obligated to do things. I just need to pull up my calculator, because I can't do math in my head.
The offers are going to be garbage.
Oh yeah, I know about what they go for, and if it's less than half, I'm not taking it.
I'll be typing them out.
Or even considering it.
Alright, there's that, and medical supplies, post-tech. Not tool. Okay.
The classic part of D&D, where you wait for the GM to work it out.
Yeah, really. Hey, at least they're not recording my screen. Watch me do math. Alright. Those are the offers that you've received. Fabrega is the local's name for the planet.
Okay.
So there are different types of credits.
Yes. So every planet can essentially have its own credits. What's a credit worth on one planet could be worthless on another planet. Exchanges do exist. Since everybody's a bunch of assholes, as you can tell in this constellation so far, they don't really exchange readily. So yeah, those are the two offers that you received. Can re-roll, but you'll take a -1 penalty per reroll, in addition to the penalties that you already have.
Okay.
Or you call me on a compad and we'll come check this out.
Would I think to do that, though?
I am a smuggler.
Fuck it, I'll call him.
I was going to say,
Alright.
you're a smuggler, not a trader.
Trade is part of that, dude.
Alright,
I have to be able to sell. I have to be able to offload what I'm smuggling.
you ring up Mr. Rendar.
Frosty Sperm Bank, you squeeze it, we freeze it. How may I help you?
I like that, I'm using it.
As much as I hate inflating your ego.
Oh, inflate away.
How good are you at making a sale?
Well, I wouldn't be any good at my job if I couldn't do that.
Do you know where the trading floor is?
I'm sure I can find my way to it.
You do
Meet
know
me
where
there.
it is. You've been here before.
Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to the trading floor. La-di-da-di-da.
Alright, you make your way to the trading floor, and you find Sam at one of the terminals. amidst the hustle and bustle of this very cramped room.
Okay. What do we haul in here? Jewels and some meds. All right.
Yes, so you see the rather pitiful offers that are currently being offered.
Yeah, that no, that ain't gonna do.
Yeah,
do?
I'm not sold on it.
I am gonna take a slight commission off it, and that'll be determined based on what we get out of it. But I won't bend you over barrel. Don't worry.
Fair enough.
All right, so since you will be making trade attempts yourself, Dash, we will not add any additional friction unless you try to re-roll. So for you, it would be for the fine jewels 3d6 minus 2, and for the medical supplies, it's 3d6.
So
Alright.
it's you said 3d6 minus.
Hold on, 3d6. 3d6 minus 2 for the fine jewels. And yes, 3d6 flat for the medical supplies.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. So you don't get much of a better deal on the fine jewels. You start looking through what you're doing on the screen because you're more used to finding deals here and there and stuff like that. You sift around on the screens. You find specific people that names ring a bell. You start haggling with them a little bit more. So for the first one, that's... Don't get much of a better deal on the jewels, but the medical supplies. Go searching around for various people, and you eventually come up with an anonymous message that is offering you. Find that goddamn table again. Those are your new offers.
I look at him. I'm like, this is why you let the professionals do this shit.
You see the offer for 35,000 credits from the anonymous. The word douche echoes off the walls.
Just it bounces down the hallways from some lone cargo bay.
You see the anonymous offer for the 35,000 credits. You may react to that as you wish.
I'm a little intrigued. Is there a way to figure out where that came from?
If you can hack into the system, I don't see why not. All right. While you guys think of what you're going to do about that, Marius.
Yeah.
Suddenly snap to. Feel extremely hungover though. But you're standing there in an empty cargo bay with a giggling man in an open box. The cargo bay door is currently open into a very large cavernous docking umbilical meant for cargo. Nobody is in there with you except the giggling doctor.
Oh, I know he's in there. I know who's in there.
Yeah,
why he's in there.
That's pretty obvious. Give me a physical saving throw, real quick.
Ooh.
Your head is pounding. You're gonna get -1 to anything that involves your brain.
Okay.
But you notice that everything's rather quiet. You remember something about the painter that Timothy was trying to get into. It's currently not in front of you anymore, and you have no memory of what happened, other than drinking, and you drew your gun at one point. but you find your gun is currently holstered.
Good to know.
Yes.
First thing, I'm gonna go to medbay. Try
Okay.
to find some Advil and/or painkillers.
Give me a medical intelligence check.
Oh,
Or heal
heal.
intelligence,
Yeah,
sorry.
heal
Yeah.
intelligence.
The most painful of checks that we roll the next morning.
You find some pills, but can't even pronounce the word on it.
Can I read the label like a normal human being?
Yes. You cannot pronounce the name that's on the bottle.
Goes for a lot of medicine.
That's it. It's just the name on the bottle. The name is about, I don't know, 14 characters long. A lot of X's, Y's. There's a W in there and a Z.
In that order.
Portion of it like doesn't have any vowels for like 6 letters. You think it's like space German.
I'm gonna hit up. Let's see. Who would know that? The doctor's out, obviously.
Yep.
Sam on his compad.
All right.
Do you guys have any painkillers and/or Advils or any substitutes?
Space Advil.
Yes, please.
All right. While Dash is currently gloating about his newfound, massive increase in the sale price, you get that message from Morius, Sam.
I'll just send back. Just wake the doc up.
Wake the doc. He doesn't remember what happened.
What are you gonna do, Morius?
I'm too hungover for this shit. I'm just gonna take one of the pills of the bottle I've got in my hand and move on.
Give me a luck saving throw.
Sterile.
Viagra.
You feel slightly better.
You managed to find the right bottle anyway.
Well, your head starts clearing, and you're starting to think of maybe it wasn't such a good idea to just take a random pill, but you're thinking that since things are kind of clearing up rather quick, that, like, maybe it's okay?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see in an hour at least.
You look down, you're not sporting a raging boner, so it wasn't Viagra.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Damn it. Although Viagra would probably help, actually. Because you get the vasodilation. But anyways.
Like in Top Gear, when they went so high in altitude, the air was so thin they popped a Viagra and didn't help, but they had a boner.
Listen,
It was 17,000 feet.
taking Viagra is never pointless.
I'd say you should knock on wood for taking the right pills, but you're not sporting any, so moot point. All right. Anything else you'd like to do? The ship is rather quiet. You don't hear Timothy and Dash conspiring anymore.
Oh, I can already assume we're no longer in space proper.
It's pretty easy to assume that you guys are docked to something.
Again, I'm gonna hit up Sam and just where are you guys at?
We're
Get
trying
that
to offload some cargo.
Okay, and where?
Trade center. Follow the signs.
I'm gonna pack my things and go
Okay.
to the trade center, I guess.
Okay. So, how are you sporting your pistol?
I feel there's a catch there. And nobody told me there's...
That is true. From your from your gear, it is stowed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, how is it stowed on you?
Would be in a hip holster.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be there.
Ah, my
Okay.
poor open carry friend.
Mm.
What else are you carrying with you?
Obviously, sniper is going to stay on the ship.
Well, yeah, I meant you said you packed up your stuff. Like, what kind of stuff? Would it just be like some of your basic supplies that you have there?
Mm-hmm.
Inventory?
Well, everything, pretty much everything I have on my gear, like my pistol, everything, my Atmo filter is on my side, on my belt somewhere.
Okay.
But everything, the only weapon I'm carrying is a pistol.
Okay. Alright, so you start walking off the ship. You make it through the umbilical and you're into the space station proper. Alright, we will go to Timothy now. You make it to Dock 7.
Yay!
A little bit of a hike. Space station's pretty big. Nothing out of the ordinary, though. Alright, and you see, so inside this dock, Dock 7 appears to be a much, it appears to be more of a dry dock rather than sort of like an umbilical out into space. So part of the ship is actually inside of the space station. There's a seal formed around where the rest of the ship is sticking out into space. It appears to be sort of like this form-fitting, thick metal door that can sort of conform to most of the shape of a spaceship, and then various sort of plastic gaskets form a perfect seal to make sure atmosphere doesn't escape. And from there is a cargo bay entrance. The ship in question, I would say, is it is a heavy frigate, so it is considerably larger than the Sultan, but obviously meant for large amounts of cargo. So you see a bunch of people currently working cargo rucks. Some people are hand carrying certain things, and you see this man with a clipboard.
Hello.
Hello, you're the guy looking for a job.
I am. My special skill is, you see that hover pallet over there?
Yeah, I see it.
I could lift that and everything on it.
Prove it.
Okay.
All right, you go over. Give me a. Fuck is it? Hold on. Give me an exert strength check. All right, you lift it. You know, you let out a grunt. It's quite a bit of exertion on you, but you're able to lift the whole thing, cargo ruck and all, and you're not entirely sure what's in the cargo pallet, but you lifted it too. The foreman gives you this raised eyebrow, I'm impressed sort of nod. All right. Go ahead and start getting to work. I'll allocate some money for you from the funds. Don't drop anything. It's probably explosive.
Fair enough. I'm ex-military, so I'm good with orders. Just want to get some good, honest work done.
Military, huh? What military?
Delabian. I got out before everything went a little bit crazy.
Crazy, huh? Kind of gives you like this sort of puzzled look. Like maybe he doesn't know what's going on.
Nothing an honest man wants to deal with. That's why I'm not there anymore.
Fair enough. Well, again, you know the drill. Don't drop it.
Okay, I'm gonna do some work.
All right, I will find out how much money you make in a moment. Well, a couple moments. So, Morius, you are walking around the ship. A couple people give you some strange looks. You're not entirely sure why. You may roll. Let's go with Notice Wisdom. Yeah. Oh, no, scratch that. Notice charisma. Definitely trying to gauge people there. And
There's a 12.
okay, they're clearly looking at your holstered pistol. And they're giving you concerned looks.
Well, as long as I don't actually have to use it, there's not going to be any problem.
Fair enough. You follow the signs. you follow the signs along, and you make it to the trading bay.
You got a double like critical sixes there.
Yep.
You must suspect something.
Well, I know they're looking at my pistol, and usually weapons worry people.
How his character interprets it is up to him.
I basically live by my weapons. So.
Alright, so you meet up with the other two, and you see this offer for 35,000 credits for medical supplies on the screen, and 12,500 for the fine jewels.
So we're making bank?
Working on it. I'd take the offer on the medical supplies, but I want to see if we can get another for the jewels. I feel like we're being lowballed.
Well, I might be able to find us another deal for the jewels. But you really want to take an anonymous offer from medical supplies? Sidebar. Is there anything I would know about anonymous offers at this station?
You're a bit confused yourself. So, you know they happen, but medical supplies is an odd one. Like, you know, certain trades happen here that are like, they'd be, fresh produce in quotes, and you're shipping a box filled with lettuce and machine guns,
Yeah.
So, medical supplies is a little bit of an odd one. But no, you wouldn't really know much about the anonymity part.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's your shipment. Do you want to take that 35K?
I'll take it.
All right. So we'll accept the offer on that.
You send the confirmation for that. After about five or so seconds, a response comes back that says, "Meet at the ship's lowermost the station's lowermost cantina. I'll look for the woman with the overcoat."
Okay. So you want me to try getting more for the jewels?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Do I notice Morius's pistol?
Yeah, notice wisdom check. Yeah. You look over at Morius, you say, welcome to the land of sobriety again, and you see his holstered pistol.
You might want to take that back to the ship. They're prohibited on the station.
Okay.
Or at the very least conceal it.
He's sort of giving you the sleepy-eyed look.
What was in that gin?
I honestly do not want to know.
It wasn't the gin.
It was the other thing.
Fucking rocket fuel.
All
right.
Jankum.
Jankum. Oh my god, the fact you know that word, I got stories for later. But anyway.
Oh god.
So, do I want to use my reroll for the scene, or do we want to accept the penalty?
So I also forgot to mention, if you choose to re-roll, it's going to take some time to find another offer. It seems to be like a rather centralized system. You might only have to wait up to an hour,
Okay.
especially since you have only like a small cargo.
What would my penalty be at this point?
It's just an additional -1 to whatever you rolled for it.
Okay.
But here's the thing. You will lose the offer that you originally have.
Well, there's a big
Well.
loss.
Sunstorm, your choice. No, we're talking about the jewels, not the medical supplies. That's selling at 35.
Yeah, the medical supplies is fine. That won't change.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You'll lose the awful offer that you got.
Aha!
Well, Sunstorm, you want me to re-roll it?
Go for it.
All right. So it's a 3d6 minus 3, right?
Yes.
Higher than last time.
Yep. Get my handy dandy calculator out.
I'll give you 350.
That'll be 15,000. Based on what it was previously. It's going up to 2,500 each
15K
one.
times the score you got. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly it. 15,000.
I could do math too.
Yes, you can do it in your
Where?
head.
The 4 brought 10,000, so 5 brought 12,500. So
Apparently,
Fine.
I closed the window instead. But yes, it is 15,000.
okay. I look at Sunstorm.
Just take it.
All right, clickety clack.
All right, so this one's a named buyer. Name's not going to be important, but it's just some guy in the station. All right. So there is you do have a ASPN account, Sunstorm, because you've been here before. So credits have been half the credits have been transferred to you currently, and they will the other half will be delivered upon arrival of the rest of the goods. So Meg, I need you to roll me a thing. Look up Tyrannical World again one more time. Roll me a 1d10.
What's this for?
Chance for something bad to happen.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Any
Nope.
no
Nope.
modifiers. Okay.
A pure chance.
Roll your fate.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, that's not necessarily bad. It could be fucking arbitrary. It could be a fucking list of things, and it's just option number 1.
Roll a 1d6.
Yeah, see, it's a fucking list.
The station implodes.
Boom. Okay. Alright. Boreas, what are you doing?
Well, I'm
Doesn't
just
matter if he
stand-
dies. Boom.
I'm
Alright,
just standing there.
Alright, you're just standing there right now? You're not... Well, what are you going to do about the pistol that's currently holstered to your waist? That is not allowed on this ship. Station.
Station. How can I exactly conceal a weapon on my person?
Well, you
Stick
could...
it in your pants.
Yep.
Yeah, you could do the put it in, the back of your pants type of thing, but you will have to do something about the holster. Having an
Well, I mean,
empty-
there's no weapon in it, so...
There would be no weapon in it, but the problem is that
Draw
if you have a
suspicion.
holster for a weapon, some people might be like, hey, where's your weapon? So, yes, it is a knowingly suspicious thing to have a weapon holster, but no weapon inside of it. You are right, it's not necessarily probable cause, because you could have just put your weapon on the ship. But, yes, keep that in mind.
Or pull it gangsta style in the back of my pants, I guess.
Alright. Put it in the back of your pants. Give
Make
me
sure
a...
the safety is on.
Oh yeah, don't worry. That's fine. You're not
I
going
would
to
have
give
actually
yourself
put
a
it-
second
I
asshole.
know how to handle my weapons.
I would have
My
put it in the
character
front of my
doesn't,
pants.
Okay. So you put it in the back portion of your pants. You fix whatever you're wearing for a sort of shirt. I don't really know what you're wearing right now.
My armor.
Okay.
My
you're wearing
combat
your
field
armor.
uniform.
Yep. So you roll your armor over it, and you look at Sam.
Hey, no weapon.
I suppose.
There's a man standing next to you, Morius.
Just nod at him.
He nods
Morning.
back. No weapon, huh?
Nope.
You're gonna have to come with me, sir,
And what's that?
because of the weapon in the backside.
Can I explain?
He looks at you, Sam. No, you can't.
Look, he was on the ship. He
You
didn't get the
can't.
message.
Can't.
This
Come
is the
on.
bad thing.
Come with me, sir. A second man, another soldier, walks over to the computer terminal. Now we're making a trade. He inserts some sort of key into the side of the terminal, and whatever you were doing for the trade is just automatically stalled. All right.
Roll 1 for mag.
So, I think all three of you are going to have to come with me. Seems like you seem to know each other.
Well, guess we
Don't-
don't have a
Just gonna
choice
roll my
because
eyes.
we know what happened last time we tried to resist them. You know?
Hint.
Hint, hint.
I'm just going to roll my eyes and be like, alright, let's go.
All right, so the two men start escorting you away. Obviously, everybody's watching. A couple people are like snickering because they saw you put the gun into, the back waistband. As you start getting closer to one of the security entrances, that's clearly labeled like security. You see more men in a similar-looking uniform. This is a dark blue, almost black combat uniform. Fully armored. They're all carrying laser rifles. So they escort you into the offices. The offices themselves, so there's various desks with various holoscreens attached to them, but all the desks are unmanned. Save for like a couple with just a couple soldiers are manned at them with a cup of coffee and what looks to be like surveillance feed. You walk through a secure area where there is a one-way glass with a sort of slit on the bottom, kind of like how you might see at the reception area of a police station in a city. All right, got any guns? Put them on the counter there. All right, so you
Remove
put
the
your
gun. Yeah, remove the mag.
Alright.
Make sure there's no rounds loaded.
Yep, so you put it on right in front of the little hole where somebody would come through and reach to grab it, but nobody grabs it. The door that you guys came through audibly locks behind the three of you. What about you two, any weapons?
Nothing.
Nope.
Alright, give him a pat down. The second soldier starts the pat down. Dash. You have your weapons on you.
Nope, because I've been here before and I took them off before I came out of the fucking ship.
Excellent. Alright, so the pat down comes back with nothing. If you had your pistols on you, I would have just had you roll a sneak check, that's all.
Yeah, I would have failed that. I may not have, but
+0, nothing against you. Alright, so after the pat down occurs on all three of you, to which they find that there are no other weapons, they escort you down this long hallway and into this small room that has 4 chairs around a metal table. and they instruct the three of you to take seats. None of the soldiers enters the room with you.
I see no reason not to do as directed.
All right, so the three of you take seats around the table. So after about 10 minutes, you guys,
Only 10 minutes. Jeez. Lightweights.
yeah, you know. Well, this is, a government agency after all. Why would it ever be done right?
Is there a mirrored glass?
Yeah, of course. And
Of course, yes. So
clearly surveillance cameras, it's your standard TSA security room. So a suited man walks in. Gentlemen, welcome to the Artemis space station. I have it that this gentleman over here has been caught with a firearm in his possession on the space station. This is not allowed per space station rules. Thumbing through this very large stack of paper and referencing a data pad next to him, all three of you give me a notice wisdom check. Okay. So, Dash, you're the only one that notices it, but this guy doesn't really... He looks rushed. Sweating a little. Not nervous, but more of like... feeling that he's in a situation that he wasn't really meant to be. Based kind of like off his mannerisms and how he's... Every time he goes to mention something about a rule, a statute, an ordinance, whatever, he's always cross-checking, looking at the data pad, looking at the papers. You all do notice that the papers appear to be some sort of copy of station rules, and you can't tell what he's thumbing through on the data pad. So, looks up from his papers and data pad. What do you three have to say for yourselves? What are you here for, and especially you, what are you doing with that pistol?
So I'm going to lean forward and addressing Mr. Suit. My friend here's never been to the station. He didn't realize. He walked off the ship, and I guess your guards didn't stop him and mention anything, which, I mean, that kind of falls on your security. You might want to talk with them. But it's his first time offense here. We're just here passing through. What's it gonna take to get out of here?
He looks at you matter of factly. So two of the soldiers that met the group of you in dock number 2 for what I believe is the vessel of the Sultan, according to IFF tags here, and docking records. That this man here, he points to you, Morius, was present when the two soldiers advised you, and they have recognized this man from the other side of the glass, that they did indeed tell all of you, all three of you, that weapons aren't allowed on the station.
Well, our friend here was kind of sleeping off a hangover, so he wasn't present for that briefing. So
He gives you a nod. Uh-huh.
I mean, you're welcome to check his blood alcohol level. He was fucked. Like he was fucked.
Uh-huh. What is the nature of your visit to Artemis Space Station? Takes out a blank piece of paper and starts writing something down.
As I said, passing through, visiting the trade floor, seeing what wares are available, and I think we needed to refuel, right, Cap?
Right.
Right.
Clearly see he's writing down refueling and trade. What is the nature of your trades today?
Just some cargo we picked up in Dulabi after shortly before all that went down. I was glad to get out of there.
What is the cargo and how many units?
1 unit of fine jewels and 1 unit of post-tech medical supplies.
He looks up at you. Who's the buyer for the medical supplies?
We didn't have a name.
What do you mean you didn't have a name?
It was one of the anonymous buyers. I guess they didn't register your system. You guys really have to tighten up your security with this thing.
He whispers something. He raises his wrist to his face and whispers something into it.
Tell them I say hi.
Do a sharp look. Anyways, what were you offered for the medical supplies?
Well, I mean, that's kind of between us and the client.
Why is that?
Just common courtesy. It was legal tender for this system.
Okay. He turns off the data pad, turns off the screen, shuffles the papers around so that they're back in order, folds his hands in front of the three of you. Cabrega, or as you know it, probably as Aspia 3, according to your nav designation, of course, is currently under martial law. Government, as you know it, has been currently placed due to a humanitarian event currently going down on the surface. You're currently restricting trade goods onto the planet itself. Medical supplies are one of them.
Well, we're not here going to the planet. Where the cargo goes afterwards is none of our concern. It can stay here or can move on to another buyer here on the station.
You have currently been caught with a Class B felony of carrying a firearm onto the ship. Unfortunately, your sobriety doesn't take into account in the judgment here. And you are also, in my opinion, suspected of trafficking medical supplies, which are now controlled to possibly an outside non-government group.
None of us were informed of this controlled substance ban. We got here, what, an hour ago at most?
Ignorance of the situation does not make you immune to the consequences, sir.
It wasn't in your boy's security briefing.
It was not. But as I said, ignorance rules does not make you immune to them. So, I have a deal for you, since you seem to be so keen on making deals.
We're listening.
Continue on with the proposed selling of these medical supplies, and you're going to be my informant. All three of you.
And compensation is?
Not getting thrown in the brig.
We're talking about the compensation that we're owed for making that deal to begin with.
Yeah, sorry, we don't pay criminals here.
You're not paying us. That's not what I'm saying. This person, whoever it is that you're interested in, was clearly willing to pay us for it. You're going to end up confiscating the cargo anyway, and they're losing out on credits, so they lose on multiple fronts. So what's it to you if we still take their money?
He gives you this glare. I don't make the rules. That money
Cool. Put us in front of somebody who makes the rules.
The money is being used for an illegal transaction, and it will be seized by the government. You have no negotiation in this, other than you either cooperate and you leave the system, and carry on with the rest of your legitimate business, I assume. He looks at what appears to be a record, turning on his datapad, for the fine jewels to a respected trader on the station. Or you get thrown in the brig, all three of you.
How long of a sentence are we looking at?
Know anything about sorry, lost for words here. Do you know anything about martial law?
Yeah, I think we do.
I have an
We wouldn't be
understanding.
sentenced till after the martial law ends, and whenever that is, who knows? Because, you know.
Due process is
Tyrants.
thrown out the window, yeah.
Also think we got an up-close look at one such event about 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
1 week. Or are you talking about on Dulabi?
Well,
Because that would be about 2
at this
weeks
point,
ago.
it's pretty much every week.
Yeah, essentially.
I
Congratulations,
think we're
guys.
familiar with martial law. Depends
His
every week.
Constitution sucks ass.
Yeah. Getting punished because incompetence of others.
So, let me ask you this. So, okay, clearly the trade can't come down. But if we take the supplies with us when we leave, we're talking the medical supplies, and we complete the trade with this respected jewel trader that you know of, is that amenable? And we can take the supplies out of the system, and they are no longer your problem to deal with, whether it's storing them or worrying they're falling into whoever's hands you don't want them to fall into.
Give me a connect charisma check.
Hell, we could even destroy the supplies if it makes
Shut up.
you feel any safer.
Shut up.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
talk.
speak my mind.
He's drunk. Don't listen to him.
I was drunk last night.
He's drunk. Don't listen to him.
It wasn't said yet, so don't worry. So this government man gives you a hard look. Supplies are being used in what is suspected as an illegal transaction. They
haven't
are
been
going
used for
to be
anything
confiscated afterwards.
Yet. They have not been used for anything
until
yet and
a
still remain
proper
upon our ship.
investigation is performed by the military police.
They have not left our ship.
I understand they haven't. We've been monitoring the ship.
Do I still have my combat on me?
You do. They only checked you for weapons.
I am going to send a message to Dwayne.
Okay.
Just one word. Or, well.
First, give me a stealth dexterity check for pulling out the compat. Run a counter here. You're lucky, you rolled worse. Alright. You hastily pull it out in what you think is sneaky, but Government Man seems to be a little too focused on Dash and his rambling.
I'm just
So-
gonna tell him,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell Dwayne to lock down the ship.
Get a thumbs up emote in return.
So what I'm saying is, if the goods have not left the ship, they are not on your station, no transaction has occurred. So that is a crime that has not been committed yet by whatever fucking definition you want to use. The only thing that has been set up was somebody is interested. And their payment is being held in escrow, which is seizable by you because that's on your system.
He does the face wipe with one hand, demonstrating frustration.
Be frustrated all you want. It's what the situation is. Now, you want your person, and we want to get out of here. So I think that's where the deal sits at the moment.
Fine. I just want the person.
There we
Goddamn
go.
medical supplies, but they don't leave your goddamn ship.
That's fine. They'll stay on the fucking ship.
Where are you meeting this person?
Some cantina in the lower levels. Now, we're going to be late potentially because you decided to detain us and you want to quibble back and forth about some crime that has not been committed. Now, I can argue with you about whether this person's actually committed a crime or not. I don't know if being interested in purchasing something is considered a crime under whatever government rules you want to throw out there, some shenanigans, but that's not our problem. We want out of here. You want that person for whatever reason, so be it. Don't care.
You'll be under surveillance by soldiers the entire time, and obviously expect plenty of bugged materials around listening in.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that's the wisest thing when clearly this is some subversive in your eyes? Again, your politics, I don't give two shits. Some person who is trying to undermine whatever your government is trying to stealthily buy something. You think they're not going to be paranoid as shit? You think having armed soldiers walking around, potentially trailing us, maybe even going into the bar is the greatest idea? Do you know if these people have wiretapping detection of any kind, like bug scramblers, jammers, shim-shammers?
He gives you a devious smile. You let me worry about those details.
Well, I have to worry about those details because I'm not looking to be shot.
No,
again.
You don't. You'll be late if you keep rambling. The soldiers will escort you out. The bond has been created. Get what we want, and you leave. Stand.
Fine. If I see them, though, you're fucking up.
He just holds up his hands. The door behind him opens, and you see the two soldiers from the beginning, smirking.
Oh, Wedge and Biggs. How are you?
One of them rolls his eyes. All right, come on. Cantina with you.
Oh, you're buying. Let's go.
No, sorry. Also, I fuck on the first date.
Did you tell that to your partner there?
He's recording. Hope your jaw unhinges. Gives you a shove. Tell you to get going down the hallway. Alright.
I want the gun back.
No, you don't get the gun back.
And why is that?
Because it's confiscated.
And why are these two guys carrying weapons? Isn't that
Because
illegal?
they're soldiers and it's under martial law.
Alright, do as we say and as we do. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Hippo, what did they search for again?
They were searching for weapons.
Was that the word you used?
Yes.
Okay.
Why, what do you got
So-
on you that's suspicious, huh?
So don't
Nothing.
you think it would make us more trustworthy towards the potential buyer if I have my weapon on myself?
No.
Making it
doesn't.
look as I'm on the wrong side of the law, just like them?
Nobody brings a gun to a fucking trade.
Blatantly.
Your kind of trade is boring.
Valak shoots first.
Alex shoots first.
You know, this whole time I've had a bunch of fucking Han and Greedo images ready to go.
Nice. Alright, Timothy, roll me a work strength check.
Oh, strength checks. I like strength checks.
Oi,
I know you
why
do.
wasn't he picked up? Because he came off the ship too.
Because I haven't done anything wrong, and I'm in the cargo
But you
bay
came off
doing
the
an
ship.
honest day's work. I wasn't with the three of you while you were melaning it up in the trade room.
He's gonna start rolling for his 401k soon.
So, yeah.
Pension plan.
Sorry, you wanted a
Work
what?
strength check, yes. This will be for your heavy lifting. Alright. You have carried a mind-numbing amount of munitions off of the ship. All sorts of stuff. You can recognize the labels from anywhere. Small arms, ammunition, you have various laser and plasma weaponry, ammunition, large packs that are meant to hook up to laser and plasma, just laser weaponry, sorry, to essentially work as a giant extended magazine. Couple of times you're handling military grade power cells for vehicles. And at the end, you're wiping your forehead, foreman comes up to you.
Wow, it was just like working at home. In fact, it was disturbingly similar to working at home in the military base.
Sounds about right. Alright. I've got you 110 credits for your efforts. You have an account?
No. Can I? Is it possible to open one?
Takes out a stick, and he touches another stick to it, removes it after touching, and then hands you the first one that he pulled out. There you go. Put in your name, and give it a biometric to identify you with. A fingerprint, eye scan, whatever you think is secure to you.
Sweet.
Alright, so it doesn't matter what you choose, it's just meant to be a secure thing, so it can be, you know, the skin cells off of your ass for all you care, but you have 110 credits. Fabrigan credits, specifically.
Nice.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna get some rest, but if there's any other work, then please hit me up. Or if you know of any other laborer type jobs, I would appreciate it, because well, let's just say that I left my previous place of residence in a hurry, and I need to just get those living expenses in order, you know what I mean?
Fair enough. We might have another shipment coming in tomorrow if you happen to still be here.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna leave. And I'm gonna go back to the ship and evidently probably find that it's locked.
Yes, you go to the ship and it's locked.
What the fuck? I'm gonna, like, press the tannoy thing that's on the side of the personnel entrance to the ship and see if anyone can let me in.
It does nothing.
Oh, for crying out loud. I'm gonna pull my compad out of my pocket and send a text message to the captain. What the fuck is going on? I'm tired, I want my bed, and I'm hangry.
Alright, Sam, you get the message on your compad.
I'm gonna forward it to Dwayne.
Alright. So your message is forwarded. Dwayne responds to your message. Ugh, for crying out loud. What do you people want? Ship's on lockdown. Stuck outside. I'm sorry, you're stuck outside. Captain's orders.
Let me in, I'm tired. Come on. You can open the door quickly.
I'm tired too.
Come on. 5
I
seconds.
haven't slept at all because you guys keep bothering me.
Come on. 5 seconds. You can let me in.
No, and he stops responding.
Fuck's sake. Fine. I'm just gonna, like, find an uncomfortable corner in the umbilical next to the door and just sleep there.
Alright, you slouch down against the corner, you're back against the wall. It's quite cold, not uncomfortably cold, but, you know, maybe like sort of relaxing cold, I guess, for any sort of maybe slightly tense muscles you have from doing all that lifting. Alright, the Three Stooges. You guys are escorted down a service elevator to the level where the cantina where you're supposed to meet the woman is at. So the soldiers remain standing in the elevator, holding the door open. All right.
It's a woman.
This is a stop. This is your stop. Find the person. I know I said woman. Surprise. The surprise has been ruined. This is where you're going to go meet the person. Take a left out here. Go out the doors. Nobody's going to question you. Find your contact. And like nothing happened. Sound good?
We have much of a choice, aren't we?
No, not really. Alright, so you guys walk off the elevator. Elevator door closes behind you. And you start walking down the corridor. Not gonna say anything? After you leave the doors, which are clearly, they just say authorized personnel only, you find yourself in a even busier lower section of the spaceship. Here's the cantina is actually almost the entire floor here appears to be a very large. So think of it like the very center is where all the cooking happens. There are multiple chefs, multiple grills, radiation cookers, etc., just all over the place. You even see a couple like alien life forms at a specific little, I guess you could say, kind of like a food stall, I'd say. Seems to be maybe specific to their race or something. But there are a lot of people here eating, a lot of families too. But just massive amounts of people.
Are they refugees?
Give me a notice wisdom check. You're able to pick up some of the conversation that's happening around you. You know, picking out some noticeable phrases out of this mumbled mess of people being busy. So some of them are children asking their parents where various people are, to which their parents give various answers that you can kind of tell from the tone of their voice that they're pained lies. Like, oh, Uncle Johnny is he's out by the by the iron mines, working away. You're not sure if they're refugees. Something strange. Certain.
I look at the other two. I'm like, yep, displaced. Clearly, their martial law is working so well. I glare at the Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Oh, they were back in the elevator and left.
Oh, okay. I thought they were still with us.
When has martial law ever worked properly? I mean,
I'm going to turn my combat off,
All right, combat is off.
and I'm going to put it in my back pocket,
Okay.
and I'm going to go off on my own and look for this contact.
Okay.
Aren't we all supposed to be doing that?
I'm going to deliberately try to get away from the group.
All right. So, are you two going to attempt to follow him?
since they stay within view,
Yeah.
don't
Very
directly
visual
follow him.
contact's fine.
Okay. So when you try to lose the group, are you trying to lose sight of them, or are you just trying to, like, stay detached?
I'm detached, yeah.
Okay. If you were trying to lose sight, I would have had you guys roll opposing checks. So, you start wandering around this very large, very crowded cantina. You can't really pick out much from surrounding conversations. Oh, excuse me, I haven't had coffee yet. But as you wander around, you find a series of what appear to be booths for, like, restaurant booths. There are significantly fewer people here. It would appear that where a lot of people were sitting, talking, and being busy and stuff, maybe there were more open areas where people have sort of set up and kind of settled down, or maybe more open tables or something, but these are definitely more private, more closed. There are still large groups within the booths themselves, but they're not overflowing or anything. You do notice that one booth in particular, down towards the corner, is mostly empty.
Mostly empty.
As you get closer to it, you notice that there is a woman with some glasses that they're strapped securely around the back of her neck, so if you take them off, they hang, or if they can't really fall off as easily. And she is wearing a black overcoat.
I'm going to turn around and I'm going to walk away.
Okay, you walk away.
I'm going to find go back around the way I came, find a random booth with just like a single person in it, and
Yep.
sit down.
Okay. You sit down with this random person eating a tray of something. Slop? It's a rather rotund man. He appears to be unshaven for a while. And he's just kind of eating away rather fast at this slop, just carelessly flopped onto a metal tray. And he looks up at you in confusion. This is a private table.
I'm sorry about this, I really am. I just needed to sit down for a minute.
A private table. As
No.
in, you can't sit here.
Alright.
Staring at you.
Ask me something. Or let me ask you something. What is going on?
He puts his spoon down and just kind of looks around. He seems kind of confused. What? I mean, what's...
The martial law.
We're... an off-worlder or something?
I am.
Why the fuck should I tell you anything?
I want to know what's going on.
Nobody knows what's going on.
You haven't heard anything? Haven't seen anything?
The military junta took over, and anybody that was within certain zones was effectively displaced. Every space station that surrounds this planet is absolutely full, and this one has the worst slop I've ever tasted.
I wouldn't expect much from it.
So, what do you want?
Just to waste time, I suppose.
Can you do it at somebody else's table?
I suppose. And I get up, and I just walk away.
He stares at you, like, in disgust, and as you sort of leave his sight, you can audibly hear slurping again, despite all the noise around you. Alright, what do you do now?
Hope they don't have microphones.
Okay. Now how about, other than mentally, what do you physically do?
I'm just gonna spend the rest of the time scanning the floor. Try to pick up on conversation, bits of information, but don't hang around any groups for too long.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is roll something. Dash and Morius, what are you two doing?
What are we doing?
What you doing? Speaking of it, while they're thinking up what they're going to do, I'm going to wake back up again because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's all metal. It's not very fun.
I'm going to
Yeah,
go.
Dash and... Go ahead.
I'm going to go
You're gonna-
and look for some rudimentary accommodation or somewhere I can sleep that isn't ridiculous.
You find yourself at the information desk, where that woman told you where to go find work.
Hello again.
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
I need somewhere to bunk for the evening.
What sort of accommodation are you looking for?
Just anything basic with a bed and, like, you know, a room with a door that locks properly.
The door that locks properly. She starts typing into her Stars Without Number revised edition to look up things. Alrighty.
I better have my credits reimbursed for having to be forced to do this by these Muppets.
I want her to roll for reading comprehension.
She's not the secretary from the Dulabian barracks.
What about your room?
Excuse me?
Oh, jeez.
Nah, it's all right. I'm sure you're. I'm sure you already got somebody when you look that good.
Roll for charisma.
Yeah, you're now going to give me a connect charisma check. That'd be good.
Everyone's laughing, but if I six this, oh, that's not bad.
She'll give you a no loop handy.
What would be the I think it would just be a thingamabove. I can't speak. Discussion. That. Roll again.
Is she
tied?
Is she into muscles?
Both tied on your roll. Gives you like this once over.
Look at it, 777. This is the lucky sevens. It's a sign.
Gives you a once over. You'll do. Meet back here in an hour. I'm on break.
Okay.
All right. What are you gonna do for an hour?
I'm gonna interject here.
No, you're
Get
not.
out the quick one.
Yes, I am. So I'm down observing the cap do shit. So I call up the squiz.
Okay.
This is like the cursed phone call.
Timothy, after your little conversation with the secretary there, you get a phone call.
Every time he calls me, it's trouble. I'm gonna pull the battery out the back of the compad.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
The call's disconnected.
Call him back.
It doesn't connect.
You're not. I'm not having my evening ruined. I'm gonna find some shop where I can buy something that resembles half nice alcohol.
Motherfucker.
All right. The alcohol will cost you. Oh, I don't know. Just fucking. You're not sure what's good, so just 2 credits for God knows what alcohol, but you know it's strong.
10 credits, did you say?
2.
2, cool. Is there anything resembling some nice food or something, or something to eat? Because I haven't eaten either.
You want nice food, like?
No, I want something that can be eaten that isn't, gonna give me the squits.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just another 2 credits will get you essentially what's something a little bit fancier than a cup of noodles. So, but there's a good amount of it, and it tastes fine. Tastes like space food.
Excellent. And
Space food.
is there any plastic protective goods? Because I know what you're like, Mr. GM.
We'll say all of your food, alcohol, and protection needs are covered in the same cost of 4 credits.
Excellent.
Relatively easy to find.
I'm gonna, for the first time in this long space adventure, I'm gonna have a good evening. I'm not gonna let anyone ruin it.
With the woman that said
Watch
you'll
us.
do.
Cue the Always Sunny.
Nothing could possibly go wrong. Everything goes wrong.
She's been more helpful in 5 minutes of existence.
And you'll do as a bonus. Isn't that great? Okay. So Dash, you can't connect with Timothy anymore. The call just kind of goes immediately to some pre-recorded sort of voicemail type of thing.
Can I see on the compad what his last location was?
Not on this particular model, no.
Okay.
So, yeah, you saw Sam walk over somewhere, walk over to some guy's booth, get in it, chat, then leave. Same goes for you, Morius. You were still within line of sight. Whatever you guys are doing, just kind of wandering around aimlessly.
I mean, it's Dash's world now, so
Yeah,
who's taking the lead?
so
I said this isn't my trade.
How large is the area we're in? Like height?
go with like you have maybe 20 feet above you before various ducts, electrical equipment, stuff like that.
Is there any secluded spots there?
Above you?
Yeah.
Well, nobody's up
Well,
there.
no. I'm sorry, not above me. Like in the room, in
Um,
the area.
Not so. The most secluded you can probably get is to either try to like get really deep into the crowd or wait for an empty booth.
Okay, never mind.
Anything you want to do, Sam? You're just gonna continue waiting around?
I'm gonna do that, but do it so I have eyes on the woman in the overcoat.
Okay. So you continue having direct line of sight with the woman. Are you looking at her and trying to sort of hope she gets like she finds that you're looking at her? Like, are you conspicuously looking at her if she were to look up?
Yes.
All right. You wait a while, a couple minutes, wherever you are. She does eventually look up. She has sort of like this impatient look on your face, and she does make eye contact with you.
I'm gonna shake my head.
Which way?
Side to side.
She makes no response.
He's gonna shake
This is
his
a
head
bar,
to the
right?
left. And then shake it to the right.
Jesus. This is a bar, right?
Think of more like giant cafeteria.
Okay. Is there a way for me to pick up a formerly used glass and like a cocktail napkin?
Oh yeah, you can find like just, dirty glasses all over the place, and napkins they come out of dispensers.
It's not very futuristic.
Hey, if it works,
Space glass and
cheap.
space napkins.
yeah, there you go. Put
Space
space
glass,
in front
space
of everything.
napkins.
Yep. You have a space glass and a space napkin.
I motion for. Dog's name is Sam, right?
Morius.
Morris. Motion for Morris to just come by me and like obscure my left hand as I'm holding the glass in my right.
Okay.
And in my left hand, it's very, very small. I'm writing on the page, run, or on the napkin, run. And then I'm going to put the napkin underneath the glass.
Okay.
And Morius, we're going to go walk by, said target person, having a conversation just pick whatever topic, and I'm gonna set the glass down on the table near her, and we're gonna keep on moving.
Well, you now have to give me a conversation.
So, what was drinking that fucking rocket fuel like? As we're starting to walk towards.
It's weird. It was both pleasant and unpleasant at the same time.
How is that even a thing with alcohol?
So you know the burning
I'm assuming it's
sensation you
alcohol.
get when you take like whiskey and such, like the good feeling you get from drinking whiskey.
I don't get a good feeling from whiskey, but sure, I know what you're talking about. More of a rum man myself. As we're about to pass by
Yeah.
her table.
Keep going, Velik.
Like at the same time, have you ever did mechanical work and accidentally got some of the, I don't know, hydraulic or other sorts of fluids, non-bodily fluids?
You have passed her
Not
table
bu-
right now.
Sorry?
You have passed her table at this moment.
Okay, so I'm gonna set the glass down, and we're gonna keep walking. I'm like, do I look like a man who works on engines? I hire people.
Wait, do you work on your weapons? Like, do you do maintenance of them? Do you?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Fine. But I don't touch my mouth when like it's covered. My hands are covered in weapon
Ouch.
grease.
Slammed my knee against my desk. Okay, enough rambling. You
This
put
is the
the
best,
glass on her table, right?
It's the
Mhm.
best out of context conversation ever.
All right. She just kind of like stares at you two. You can't see this. Sam can see it though. Stares at you two. Ponders at the glass for a second, and the way you placed it, the words sort of not quite magnify, but they come through the shape of the glass in a weird way that draws the eye. She picks up the glass, takes a napkin, crumples it, and gets up.
Okay. So we're gonna start moving back towards the captain, having this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and shift my focus.
Okay.
And gonna keep walking, and we're gonna walk back. I guess exiting the area.
Okay.
Still, we're talking about the jet fuel that he consumed.
Yep.
It's basically like mixing good alcohol and working grease and such together.
I don't understand the appeal to drinking something like that, though. That's. Ew.
Oh, I never drank it before, so
And how many times did you drink that?
once, I think.
You took one drink and you were fucked.
Two of you make it to one of the exits of the cantina. Sort of just goes out to sort of like this elevator lobby type thing. Multiple elevators. I believe it is close to the center of the ship. Sorry, station. If it had engines, it would be a ship, but it is.
Well, technically, it has engines to cause the rotation. But anyway,
Space.
the
Space magic, Meg. No
space
rotation.
magic. Space magic. All right. The whatchamacallit. Where did these guys leave us at the elevator? They stayed on the elevator, and we have to take the elevator to get off this floor.
So you took what appeared to be sort of like a service elevator for security personnel, and you exited an authorized personnel only area. You are currently what appears to be more of standard guest elevators, let's say. See a lot of groups of what look to be like family units here and there waiting for elevators. When one comes down, a lot of people come out and start filing into the cantina. The woman, Sam, as you keep an eye on her through peripherals, she starts making her way through the crowd via a different route. But for the most part, she's heading towards the same exit.
The official exit or the service elevator?
The one that Meg and Morius went to, so the guest elevators. The standard elevators for most people.
I'm gonna follow them.
Okay. So, through a different opening leading to this lobby, Morius and Dash, you notice this woman come in, stop, and look around. She doesn't notice you two yet.
So, is there other people in this lobby area?
Tons of random, obscure people.
Okay. So I stop with Morbius, and like we're facing each other.
Yep.
As I'm talking to him, can I notice anything about the people in the crowd that would stand out as undercovers or even like cameras focusing?
And notice wisdom check.
I'm also going to look specifically for cameras.
Oh, rolling.
Give me the same check. Alright, Mag, you don't notice anything suspicious about the people that are around you. They all appear to be the same obscure NPC that I'll never name.
I want names, damn it.
Oh God, John. That's little Johnny, Johnette. So, when it comes to surveillance, you do notice what appear to be standard security cameras, but they're not moving. They seem to be fixed in certain positions.
But not one in particular.
No, they're looking at the high traffic areas.
And I'm assuming we're all on the fringes of that.
You're not standing in front of the center of the lens for certain, but you're not entirely sure if you're within the field of vision.
Okay. But I'm saying we're not like in the middle of the crowd. We're on the edges of the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunstorm, you're having a difficult time picking out cameras. You're finding a couple, and they're the same story. They're just pointed in a particular direction, not moving, but you're also not entirely aware of what their full field of vision is.
I'm gonna do my best to find a blind spot and sit in it.
Okay. Blind spot. I think in the old version there used to be a security skill. That was actually quite useful. So for finding the blind spot, give me a sneak intelligence check. Alright, you find a spot that you believe to be away from peering cameras. Fairly certain. Gonna wait there.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on, if I can, on the target.
Okay. Oh. Alright. Two soldiers appear from these general use elevators. They are walking with purpose. Dash and Morius, you notice them.
Is it Wedge and Biggs?
No.
Same uniforms?
Same uniforms. Same weapons.
Heading into the cantina?
They appear to be focusing on nothing in particular, with a stern yet blank look on their faces. They give no notice to any of you standing in this lobby in whatever position you're in. You're unsure if they are ignoring you or they just don't notice, but they do walk into the cantina. From there, they sort of get lost into the crowd.
So what's the woman in the overcoat doing?
Is standing in. So she's standing in the lobby and she's just kind of looking around like she's lost. Like she doesn't know what to do. Let's put it this way. Amateur.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay. I'm gonna. How far away is she from me?
Is about, let's go with, uh, 30 feet from Morius and Dash, and yeah, roughly 30 feet away from you as well. A sea of people sort of ebb and flow.
How packed are we? Like, is there free movement, or is it a solid flow of people?
At times it's a solid flow, otherwise there's certainly enough room to move around people without having to say excuse me and step on toes every time. So it definitely more has to do with the timing of the elevators itself.
I will be right back.
Okay, okay.
I am going to time with the elevators, and as soon as a nice amount of people is coming through, I'm going to try and pull her toward the blind spot I was in.
Alright. Said when there are far more people coming down?
Yeah.
Okay. You wait for another load of elevators to reach this floor. It appears that this would be an extremely high traffic area. Elevators are almost exclusively coming to this floor of the station. So a bunch of people start coming out. You notice lots of varying people. They don't have much luggage with them, but all sorts of colored clothing, various forms of eccentric clothing as well. And when the main mass of them starts moving up, you start wedging your way through the crowd. Some people you can hear are quite audibly displeased with your intrusion, but you make your way over to her and you pull the sleeve of her overcoat by her shoulder. She quickly shoots you a glance, recognizes you, and then starts following you. So you make it back to what you think is a blind spot.
Okay.
So as soon as you stop, she immediately asks you, "Are you the one selling the medical supplies?"
Keep your voice down. They are on to you.
Her eyes go wide. Oh,
Can I observe them from where I am?
yeah. You can see them between like the heads of people walking by, but
Can I see if anybody else is staring at them?
give me a notice wisdom check.
I'm gonna assist with it.
Do the same.
I mean, I'm gonna pick up on what he's doing at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta see something between those.
Neither of you notice anything.
Oof.
Be a good thing. Never know.
They're not
Dun, dun,
terrible.
dun.
They're not
Base
terrible
ninjas.
rolls.
Base ninjas off the ceiling. Whoa. So yeah, this woman is looking at you wide-eyed. Oh god. Oh god.
Are you working with anyone else, or are you alone?
I have a ship in dock 26.
Where am I docked?
You're in dock 2.
Okay.
How many docks are there?
Let's go with number off the top of my head. I like prime numbers, so 37.
Alright, we're on dock 2. Are there any other stations in the system?
Yeah, there are. I don't have a number for you, but with the amount of people and what that rotund man eating the slop told you, there are probably quite a few stations that are also receiving probably the same amount of people.
Okay.
And I'm going to personally assume that they also are under government control, such as this one.
A bold move. Or a bold thought, I guess. So she looks a little panicked now.
Alright, it's just open space after that that entry point to the system, right?
Open space to the system. I don't follow.
Or you had to go through the when we entered the system itself, we had to go through
Oh, yeah. So from the entry point, yeah, it's as far as you're aware, it was just empty system space.
Okay. Could we meet in like deep space and transfer it that way?
It's possible. Without boarding tubes, it's obviously just about impossible. Although boarding tubes are more designed to actually be an offensive thing, so yeah, we'll say you can dock with other ships in space. We'll just make that a thing. So, given the right time, metrics, and obviously no giant space rocks to poke holes in the rather tenuous docking umbilicals that the two ships can send out to each other, you can meet in space.
Okay. I mean, more of if the other ship had the capability, could we just open the cargo bay, seal it, open the cargo bay, and then use like a vac suit and a vac suits don't have like motion control, right?
We'll say for the sake of ease, they have obviously magnetic controls that can allow them to adhere to metallic surfaces, such as a ship. In terms of correcting like small rockets or whatever, you can use air propulsion.
Okay. So I could just do that. Seal
Yeah.
the cargo bays and just move from ship to ship.
That is a possibility.
Okay. All right. Back to the conversation.
Yep.
I'm fairly certain we're not being watched or listened to here, so get back to your ship. I'll contact you from mine, and we'll go from there. Don't talk to anyone, don't look at any soldiers, don't say anything about what you came here to do.
He nods.
I'm going to just give her my contact,
Okay.
and then
You give her a specific frequency.
yeah.
Alright. You hear some sort of commotion come from the cantina. Canteen. So from the cafeteria behind you, the giant one that you left, you hear some sort of commotion.
At the cantina.
Can I see what it is from where I am?
No. So when the commotion started, a lot of people stood up to look in that general direction. You know, the whole meerkat thing that everybody does when something happens. You can't tell from the sound or anything of what's going on, but you hear a lot of people that sound like they're not scared, but they want to know what's going on.
I think I've distracted them. Take this opportunity and go.
She nods again and starts moving, a little unsure at first, and then just makes her way to the elevator, catching one just before the doors close.
I'm going to move back into the cantina.
All right. You move back. Everybody's standing up. Morius and Dash, you watch Sam walk back into the cafeteria. So where are you gonna go from here?
I'm going to move back to where back toward the area I sat down and chatted with that man before.
All right. You go over there. You have to make your way through the crowd because quite a bit is forming. Dash and Morius, are you following?
Loosely.
Okay. So you try to stay within eye shot of him, and at some point you get to the edge of where this crowd is watching. Two soldiers holding a man against the table who's clearly struggling. Looks like there's clearly evidence that like the food was pushed around and thrown. One of the soldiers has like just slop covering his chest armor. His gun, his service pistol currently drawn. The other one is trying to work some sort of polycarbonate zip tie around his wrists. The one who's holding out his service pistol is currently talking into a compad. You hear the man yell, "What is the meaning of this?" And when he yells, the man that's trying to cuff him slams his head into the table. "Shut it!" Anything you do, Sam?
I'm going to approach. Not keep my distance, but approach.
The soldier that was talking into his compad notices you and just looks at you.
That's the one.
Nods. Alright, come with us, or you find out what 30,000 volts tastes like. The man is clearly despondent and extremely angry, thrashing about. Alright, this is what you wanted. The soldier puts away his service pistol. The second soldier who's trying to cuff him just lets go immediately. And the first soldier draws a baton, rams it into the man's into his ribs. You audibly hear a crack, and then the electricity is turned on. The rotund man just seizes in place, grips the table in front of him, and shakes violently.
I watch this and I kind of giggle. I'm like, I did that to somebody.
Yeah, this man is getting quite a shock, and the soldier is not letting go of the electricity. Second soldier just kind of brushes some food off. Alright, not too long, or you're gonna fucking fry him. Get the cuffs on in that refractory period. So the electricity is cut. The rotund man relaxes, and in a flash, the second soldier just gets the zip tie around his wrists, picks out the man's feet, and gets him onto the ground in a thud. The man is mumbling in what's just sounds like pain. 6 more soldiers push their way through the crowd, yelling that there's nothing to see and everybody to disperse. The government operation in place. So 4 of the soldiers pick up the rotund man, 1 on each limb, and carry him away. Soldier walks up to you, Sam. Get the fuck off the space station.
Gladly.
And just leaves.
I'm gonna move back towards the group.
Alright. You see Giggles, Dash, and Morius still hungover. As you've condemned a man to the brig.
Cold. Cold
Fat,
as
I guess.
ice.
Gonna be on ice now.
As we start moving towards the elevator, I look at him and like, so who is he?
Just a man in the wrong place.
Sucks to suck.
I didn't want to have to do that, but I didn't exactly have another option.
Alright. You make your way to the elevator. Making any stops?
Straight to the ship.
Alright. Make your way up to the range of docks where your ship is at. And you start heading to your ship. Timothy,
Yes.
hour has passed.
Sweet.
The noodles weren't bad. Space food, you've had worse.
I'm gonna turn up at this lady's quarters with my drink in hand.
Well, you turn up at her desk.
Ah, yes. I
She
brought this.
looks-
I don't know if it's any good or not, but you know, it's something.
Takes it, downs the whole thing in front of you. I assume it's just like a drink, cocktail, whatever. And she's like, "Thanks. Need that, I suppose." All right. Where do you like it? Let's go. Follow me.
It's gonna be a dry handy.
So you follow her, and you don't respond.
No.
Look, I like the quiet type. Don't get me wrong, but if we don't establish boundaries now, we're gonna have a bad time.
Well, I used to be a soldier, so you know.
I know, sweetheart.
Don't forget to check the oil.
You know, most of those soldier boys tend to have a little bit of a insecurity about them when it comes to this sort of thing.
Ah, well. Let me ease those doubts because let's just say that I have enough constitution to be a founding father.
Hippo check PM.
So she takes you down a series of small corridors and eventually to what seems like a sort of living area. She opens up the door. It's, you know, small space station living quarters, slightly bigger than what you have on the Sultan. Turns around and goes, "Constitution, huh? Look, the only thing I don't want is for my hand to turn into a diamond."
Just out of character, by the way. Obviously, I have to keep this YouTube safe.
Yes, I know.
You'll be fine, Ed.
You'll be fine. So she utters that to you and just looks at you with hard, like sort of a hard, cold stare. Clearly, the alcohol is starting to affect her.
Don't suppose you got any more of those lying around in here somewhere? Set the mood.
She goes over to a cabinet, opens it up. It's just filled with some, what looks to be like maybe vodka. It's a clear spirit of some sort. Have as much as you need. All the muscle relaxant in the world, I suppose.
Okay, I'm gonna have something to drink.
Alright. He looks at you. Why are you sitting?
I mean, if you're into standing, that's fair enough. Hell, you know, I had this one girlfriend. She only liked it outside. I mean, admittedly,
Well,
that was on a planet.
He looks frustrated. Look. You know what I do. Therefore, you must have been here many times. You should know the procedure by now.
Well, I'm not exactly from around here, so you might have to fill me in on the procedure, if there's a procedure.
Takes her fist and slams into a cabinet built into the wall, and the door pops open, and you clearly see a flog.
Ah, the procedure, I see.
Where are you from?
Moomoolan.
Elitis.
That's the place.
How many times have you been here? And how many times have you seen me?
Twice? I'm gonna edge towards the door.
Give me a, fuck do I want here? Give me a survive charisma check? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, fuck it. Give me a survive charisma check, just for the memes.
Yeah, it's not actually that bad.
You fumble over your words, and she stares hard at you, holding the flog in her hands. You've never seen me before, have you?
No, I'm afraid not.
I can tell.
I'm
So-
gonna just run for the door right now.
Alright, you run to the door, you start fumbling with the handle, it's locked, you undo the lock, run out, close the door behind you.
Yeah. Well, slam it.
Okay, slam the door closed behind you, and you fucking bolt.
Why? Why is it always the freaky ones?
God damn it!
Mag, you didn't get that far, and I don't want to spoil it. If he doesn't find out, I can't tell everybody. So, anyways, all right, you make your way back to her desk. It's you don't get lost or anything. So, what do you do from there?
I'm gonna just head back to the ship. Maybe it's open now.
All right. You get back to the ship, and you make your way down the hallway, and you see Morius, Dash, and Sam quickly hurrying through their bay door.
You know, you guys, you might not believe this, but I was looking forward to actually having an evening where you three don't fuck it all up. And yet here I am before you, thinking that, you three aren't so bad.
What did you do?
Nothing.
What did you do? Where are you coming from? I'm looking, because I've been there before. I'm looking the direction in which he's coming from. Did you come from what's-her-face's office?
Rosette's.
That chick Rosette? Did
Nope.
you come from over there?
No,
Why are you lying?
I came from the cargo bay. I've been working all
You're
day.
lying.
I'm not lying.
You
Mag,
smell
you have
booze
an
and cheap
uncomfortable.
perfume.
Mag, you have an uncomfortable feeling on the seat of your pants.
So we're leaving now, right?
Think of it like a nervous response.
No, don't ruin this for me. Let me fucking do this. I already have it fucking mapped out.
Fine.
I have audio triggers and everything.
Fine.
You know why her office is always empty, right, Ed?
You're
Or Tim?
you're extremely irritating. I'm just gonna put my hand over his mouth.
No. You don't get to take this from me.
Yes. I'll roll for it if I have to. I'll use
No.
my reroll if I have to.
There's a reason nobody goes to her office. And that's because...
Come on, roll for the physical silence of Mag.
Ed, stop talking and listen. Bellic?
He's a slippery bastard.
It's a trap!
That's why nobody goes to the office.
Well,
You're
fortunately
silenced now.
for me, I guess, nothing happened.
Nah.
The uncomfortable feeling in the seat of your pants, Dash, fades away slowly.
That notice intelligence check should have been rolled, boy.
Nazi GM, don't let me silence you.
Wasn't
Alright,
until after the fact.
so we're moving back.
Alright.
I'm gonna text away and tell him to lift it.
So, any you want to explain why the ship was locked and why I couldn't get to my room?
Yeah, sure, once we're on the ship and not attached to the station.
Ship lockdown ends.
Wait a
Did
second.
you shoot a cop again, Meg?
No,
And you're
nobody was
able
shot.
to walk into the ship.
Somebody got tased, but nobody was shot. Wait, did we do the jewel trade? Did we get refueled?
Nope. I don't know.
I don't believe we did get refueled.
No, you did not. You have no money to purchase refueling.
Right.
I have
Clock's a ticking. I'm gonna go do that trade.
I have a 100 credits. I don't know how much fuel that would buy.
1/5 of what you need.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna go do that trade real quick. You guys get ready to prep the fucking fuel.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with him. Morris.
Yes?
Stay here.
Okay. Do I have a choice?
No.
Still
Alright,
owe me
so-
my gun. You know that, right?
Next system.
I'm gonna hold you up to that.
Somebody should have taken her off the ship. Anyway, so we carry on. We go to meet this jewel trader.
Through the fire and the flames. Carry
Alright.
on.
So, Timothy and Morius, you guys stay on the ship. I don't know if there's anything in particular that you want to do.
Nope. I knew Mag would find some way to creatively ruin everything.
I'm gonna go take
Thanks for
care of my
saying
mag
creative,
rifle
though.
now.
Alright, go take care of your mag rifle. You can fill the void in your pistol holster by trying to find something.
It's
ship
not illegal.
armory.
I'm on the ship.
You are on the ship.
Get off my property.
Hippity hoppity, get off of my property. Dash and Sam, you guys enter back into the staging area for most of the loading bays.
With Julian in hand.
Yeah, so one of you grabs a cargo rock, you grab the container of jewels. It's a relatively small thing. It's not difficult to move around on a cargo rock. Floater rock, sorry. Move into the main area. As per the details of the purchasing, the trade was to take place in the main trading room on deck 3. You're going to meet a Mr. Simmons. We'll be holding out a hollow card that says the Sultan, kind of like how you wait at an airport
Yeah.
holding up a card. Yeah. So,
Oh, that poor guy.
what do you mean that poor guy?
If he's been waiting there since we approved the trade.
Yeah. So you get to the deck, probably looking over your shoulder the entire time. Go back to gold here, because since things happened.
I swear, if this keeps going, another month and a half, and I won't be able to come back to the constellation.
Alright. Sam, roll 1d6 for me. Right.
Better not be the cops again.
Math here. Operations. Gotta look up that goddamn table again. Go ahead and take a 5-minute break real quick.
Yay!
Yay. I'll be here so you can still talk to me.
I'm so glad.
Hot pockets.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Konosuba.
Ha!
That's pretty
Yeah.
much this entire campaign so far, yeah.
You're deducting from the total because we made him wait, aren't you?
When things happen, there are responses to prices. So, sure.
If it's below 2 digits, we back out. Below 5 digits, rather.
See, and if you're all upstanding, hard-working citizens like me, we would have enough credits. We wouldn't have had to trade anything, but no.
Alright, so that, and then... Yes, okay. Alright, I got the price. I'm an idiot, and I should have just looked a little further up, and I would have had my answer, but that's okay. So I will tell you that mechanically, when Dash rolled for whether or not trouble happened, trouble happened. Well, and whenever trouble happens, I look at the trouble chart and it tells me what specifically happens. And there's usually something that either affects how much, like either something happens to a percentage of your goods, or something happens that makes the trade more difficult. So you gain 2 friction.
The trade was difficult enough as is because we had to do the whole thing. I would call that making a difficult trade.
Yeah. A lot of that happened because of the 1d10 roll that I had you do, followed by the 1d6. So you got secret police suspect the PCs of wrongdoing, add 1d6 friction to the deal, which 2 additional friction was added to the deal. Fun fact: tyrannical worlds are fun.
So the fact that I lost my gun is not even my fault in any way.
You have lost a gun, yes.
Oh, if you didn't bring it out of the ship, you'd still have it.
No one told me I couldn't bring any guns.
You were too far
people
drunk,
and
out of your
your
mind.
guns.
You do pack a pair of guns, may I remind you?
Yes, you may,
strangely,
because I forgot.
I don't get arrested for them.
Alright, so for all intents and purposes, you have lost that pistol. Hopefully on to Estagun, you find something suitable. Planet that you really haven't heard about. Actually, you haven't heard about at all. Yeah.
You can join me in glorious melee combat.
There you go. Run up and punch people. Tim does it, can't be hard. If we are all back from our breaks, we can resume.
Sure.
Okay.
Remove the pistol from my inventory.
Or pistol. Bye, pistol. You get to the trading floor on deck 3, and you find Mr. Simmons, clearly impatient. This is the cargo I asked for, is it?
Yes, it is.
You're late.
I'm very sorry we got
Take
caught up.
5,000 off the deal. Final offer.
I look at Dash.
Well, considering that it's coming to you undamaged, and how long has this been since the deal was made?
Over an hour.
Right. You are aware of like the whole martial law thing going on, right?
I'm not a citizen of this planet. I don't give 2 shits what happens to it.
As it was repeatedly told to me, ignorance is not an acceptable answer. So we'll still compensate you for your lost time, but you're only losing. We're only dropping the price by 1,000. So what was it? 1,500 before, or 15,000 before? We'll drop it to 14.
I will take it for 10,000 and no more.
Oh, then you're gonna walk away empty-handed, or with just half of it, because I mean, you put the other half in escrow, and that's all out of your pocket. So we could just cut the load in half and give you that, and then you walk away still screwed.
Puts away his little card that said Sultan after erasing it, and tips his hat to you. Good day, gentlemen, and walks away.
Nice work.
We could still go back and make the other deal with it.
Let's go.
Without the penalties.
Ow.
Because it's not the same time.
I'm too lazy to look up the rules, so I'll allow it. In actuality, these trades actually go about a week. So.
I'm sorry, say that again. You cut out.
These trades actually take weeks, according to Sons of Gold. Fun fact.
What do you mean take weeks, like, to happen?
So the whole roll that you guys do to find a buyer, that's actually supposed to take, like, so the whole process of finding a buyer, organizing the logistics behind it, and allowing the trade to happen is about a week.
Okay.
Yes. Some penalties add like 1d6 weeks to the transaction.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That sounds really complicated, though, to be fair. And, like, not fun.
It's more of, like, weeks are going to go by, and I'm going to be like, you know, you guys do anything special?
Okay.
So, you go ahead to the terminal. Do the same thing, 3d6, just flat 3d6.
I'll fuck this up. Yeah, that's better.
Right, a 9. You got an offer that is for... So you can do this. 22,500.
I look at the captain. I'm like, does that appease you?
Let's go.
All right.
All right. For the sake of brevity, you find the guy. It's fine. However, you're gonna have to roll me a 1d10.
Come on, Mag. Let's get another 1. Let's have the worst possible outcome again, because you're
No,
good
no,
at
no.
that.
You don't. That's not how that list goes. Is the thing. It's just a list of things that happen. It's not necessarily the worst as 1.
No, it's percent chance.
Sorry?
It's a percent chance. For tyrannical worlds, I'm not going to tell you. You could find out, but it is an X out of 10 chance.
40%.
Roll a 1d6.
Well, 4s.
4 again.
Another
All right.
person's going to appear behind you, Mag.
For what? We didn't fucking do anything this time. We were told we could complete the deal.
Smiles this year and mad about his package.
Oh, I'd shoot the fucker.
Roll a 1d6. Again.
Is it because we already did this?
No. Alright. 2. Alright. So this person, let's just go with another random name, Mr. Jones, looks at the two of you just before he hits the finalize on the transaction. You're the blokes that got caught with the weapons, huh? Who's your pal?
Hey, it wasn't us. It was an honest mistake. Clearly, it's been cleared up, and our person is on the ship, and we're looking just to offload these jewels so we can move along our way.
He was an off-worlder. He was hammered when he got told that there were no weapons on the station. He didn't think to leave it on the ship. He didn't need to.
Give me a connect check. Connect charisma, Sam. Just kind of mutters to himself like, off-worlders. Not entirely sure what he means by that. He finalizes the transaction. You notice through your Fabrigan credit stick that you now have 22,500 credits.
Pleasure doing business with you.
As always, he takes the cargo onto his own floater ruck, and you make your way away.
Back to the ship, back to the ship, back to the ship.
As you guys are rushing your way back to the ship, a little beep comes off of your credit stick, Sam.
I'll take a look at it.
Let me because 5,000 is deducted from your credit stick.
Does it say by whom?
Government of Fabrega.
Motherfucker.
He got his escrow back.
There is no account number associated with the transaction as you take a look at it. No name associated other than that. As far as you're aware, the government just came in, took it, and left.
I look at Sam. We're not staying in the system, right?
No, we're not.
Okay, then it doesn't matter. We
User
got enough for the
disconnected
fuel.
from your
If you need to
channel.
buy anything other supply-wise, do it now. Use up everything on that credit stick. We need to fucking leave.
Alright, let's go.
If you wish to purchase new cargo, we can do it at a session.
I'll do that.
My gun.
So, assume that in this time that you do purchase some extra cargo, whether it's supplies for trade elsewhere, or just basic things, or whatever. You're not gonna...
Refuel.
Yep, so refuel is 500 flat.
Okay.
500 per. 1,000 total to refill your fuel bunkers as well. Don't quote
Okay.
me on that. If it's wrong, just consider the government ripping you off further. All right?
I'll have to go over the rulebook later and see what I can get with my 100 credits.
Nothing, because we're leaving.
I can tell you that a prostitute of the lowest skill level costs 2 credits a day.
$2 horse.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Jesus, you could get like 50 days worth of entertainment out of my 100 credits.
That's lowest quality. Just keep that in mind.
Wow.
I don't know what that means.
Probably still superior to. No, anyway, I'm not saying that.
Alright, so you will obtain your cargo, and for the sake of the story, you have detached from the space station. You are fairly certain that the operator gave you the middle finger as you left in a hurry, and you are now back in space. Open space.
Alright.
Space!
Space!
Should we just leave it there?
That's up to you guys. You guys feeling like you're done for the night?
Yes.
I know Mag is. Rest of you?
Yeah, it's nearly time anyway. It's only like 20 minutes to go.
Okay. Alright, we'll end it here.
Cool. I'm gonna kill the recording. This was not quite as
Alright.
fun as other episodes, but it was still quite fun.
I had fun. I had to fucking argue with Hippo half the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you had to ruin my evening.
Aww.
Nah, you almost got
You need
fucked
to
in
come
the
up with
ass.
you need to come up with creative titles for these episodes.
Alright, laters!